What is up, Dreamedia family? This is Zach. Today, we are out with one of our awesome influencers, Giles McCoy, and we are gonna be collaborating on checking out this Next Level Acoustics Fusion Series soundbar. They look absolutely stunning with, like, say, the Samsung frame TVs, but what's really nice is they come in a variety of different sizes, as well as we're gonna be checking out their in-wall subwoofers in an upcoming video. If you guys would like to purchase Next Level Acoustics or anything home theater related, be sure to head over to our website at dreamediaav.com or call and schedule a free video consultation with a specialist. We're nationwide and would love the opportunity to earn your business. All right, guys, let's get into this video. All right, welcome back, Dreamedia family and Giles McCoy subscribers.
Absolutely. So Next Level Acoustics is a small, I don't want to call them boutique company, but they have products that really speak to a particular customer. These are people that are interested in extremely high quality gear that can be extremely custom. And today we're going to take a look at an example of that in this soundbar. So these can be constructed in any way that you wish. You can really reach out to these folks and say, look, I want it this big, this kind of layout, this color for this application, and they can do that for you. And that level of customization really isn't available from a lot of the big box style companies.
And that's why we're such big fans here at Dreamedia is we are at heart, yes, we have an online store, but we are at heart a custom integration company. I spent a decade doing large homes and always figuring out ways to hide the audio, maximum performance to the system, but also keep it aesthetically pleasing. So I can't wait to open this puppy up. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
Ooh, it's very slim. You know what this reminds me of, guys? The Martin Logan Slim XL.
I mean, even in the plastic, look at
Gorgeous.
This. It is very, very, very stylistic. And this obviously is in a gray, very nice. One thing I will note about these folks, they know how to package gear. It is in there.
Yeah, I really like the texture of this material.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
It seems very premium, the high-end feel to it.
Nice textured finish on the wood here. Grill premium cloth, acoustically transparent. And here on the rear, you can see the binding post for the speakers. This is a two-way soundbar. You can also get these in a three-way with an included center channel.
Magnetic grill, very nice.
Dome mids.
Got some base radiators there.
And this is an industrial type finish on the inside. However, my thought is that they would likely do this in whatever finish you would like it to be if you want customization on the inside.
As you can see here on the back, there's actually a little insert that is about,
there's a lip.
What is that, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch? There's a little lip, and we were like,
it's about a half. That's a half.
It's a 1/2 inch, and we're like, what is that for? It almost doesn't look finished, but it's by design. So,
and there's gasket too.
So yeah, they have this little rubber gasket right here, and then they got this extra 1/2 inch. What this is for is actually etching out your sheetrock and then inserting it so the actual soundbar, this portion right here, is all that you see off the wall. So it literally should sit completely sealed to the wall. The idea here is that you can etch out your wall and then you can bolt right into your studs. There's holes on the front of the speaker as well, and you can bolt it straight in and completely seal that speaker to your wall, making it as flush as possible. The speaker wire coming from the wall is fished through the circular opening on the wood plate and connected to the recessed terminal cups in the back of the soundbar, causing the wires to be completely hidden internally, and the soundbar can be flush to the wall. Next Level Acoustics has developed the flush stud mounting system. Let's see here. So if you were to do that, I mean, this speaker would only be sitting off the wall 1.5 inches. This is a 2-channel configuration, but honestly, our most popular soundbars, passive soundbars, which this is, we'll take a deep dive into passive versus active soundbars for you guys who are not familiar, but passive soundbars require additional amplification, and what we like to do is a 3-way soundbar so that you have a dedicated left, right, and center speaker. This is more for your 2-channel enthusiasts who don't really want to build off the system. But here at Dreamedia, we are a custom integration and home theater company at heart, so we're always thinking about the future. And this soundbar is available in a 3-way configuration. So you could have a dedicated center, dedicated left and right, and then expand off of that into, like as an example here in Giles' room, you know, he has his surrounds, he has his surround rears, and then he has overhead Dolby Atmos for spatial audio, as well as we can add as many subwoofers into the configuration as we would like and tailor a package specific to your exact room. So in addition to that, you could also just run a simple center speaker. One speaker is your center, and then we can spread out your audio and do a dedicated left and right if the room allows for. So really with Next Level Acoustics, the options are endless.
They are. And to expand on that a little bit, a lot of people will look at the size of the screen that they're working with, and that will help them understand the needs that they need in a soundbar. So if you're using, this looks like maybe for a 55-inch television.
Yeah.
Maybe, I think maybe 65, but probably 55.
No, probably about a 50 to 55.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 40.
Yeah, about 50-inch TV. When you have a television of that size, it gets difficult to have the separation for center, left, and right. You could absolutely do it, and it works well, but 2-channel in that scenario is typically enough. However, today, if you go to an 85 or even a 98 or a 100, or the new TCL 115, get it from Zach, you're gonna want something that absolutely does LCR, and then when you scale this up to almost twice this size, it makes a lot of sense to put this in here. And since this is going to be passive, this will plug right in without any changes, right? So you can absolutely leverage your existing equipment to build this into a new, larger system.
This is going to be a more high-end solution, something that I call, you know, passive speakers more of an investment, because you can really combine them with any combination of amplifiers, any combination of processing, and really build an unlimited amount of configurations and even take the speakers with you and reorient them in different homes. But with a powered soundbar, like one of our best sellers is the Sonos Arc. It's amazing.
It's all integrated, it's all one piece.
It's simply amazing. It's all one piece. It has all the amplification built in. It has a nice UI to where you can just pipe your music straight to it, but it's a closed system.
And that is a challenge, and you can't leverage any of your existing equipment with that.
Yep.
So if you had a full system already for your media room and you wanted to add that kind of soundbar in, well, you're probably not going to be using your AVR. You're not going to be, it's closed.
Yeah, so like Sonos, they've been getting better, but you're stuck with their ecosystem. I got 2 Sonos SLs, or the Aero 100s now, left and right at the bedside, and I got 2 subs, and that system's maxed out, which I'm grateful that technically now with this wireless type system, you can do a 522 Atmos system. Atmos system, not quite the same as like what we're doing here with dedicated in-ceiling speakers, but you can't expand off of the system unless the manufacturer creates new drivers and gives you the ability to, whereas really we can do 32 channel systems all day long.
Anything you want with this.
Options are endless.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Next, we're gonna plug this puppy in and do a little listening demo. Let's go. All right, guys, so luckily here in Giles' test lab, we have some jumpers right here at the front. He has an acoustically transparent screen, and the center speaker is mounted up behind the screen, which is something we can do for you as well if you're wanting to hide all your speakers completely. But to really show this off, we're gonna remove those jumpers. Luckily, he thought about all of this because he reviews product on his channel, and we're gonna connect up our soundbar to our Trinnov amplification, which will allow us to do a nice little listening demo for you guys. It'll be short because of copyright, but we're gonna give you a little taste as to what you can expect. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little bit of critical listening with this Fusion soundbar. On the Kaleidoscape, we're gonna use the Greatest Showman as an example. This is being ran with the Trinnov, and just left and right, but his subwoofers are engaged, right?
That's right, yeah. So we're going to be using a Stark Sound IWH3 center channel with GSG Audio DIY Marty Cube 8R15s.
Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. I know that there's a place for us.
All right, guys, so we're really learning the brand together,
Absolutely.
right? And there's so many different options. In particular, we're looking at the frame series. This is designed for the Samsung frame.
This will work with any of the frames that are out there. And I imagine this would also work with similar technology from other television manufacturers.
Yeah, like we saw at CES, Hisense is making one. So the idea here, and you could put it with a standard TV as well, but this kind of box aesthetic would look really clean with the frame because it is such clean edges. It could really just blend seamlessly with the frame.
And to address that, I think that's what the other models really are for, right? Because this one is specifically for that frame niche. But if you move on to the Fusion Flat, that I think is a lot more adaptable to any other kind of television.
Yeah, there's some custom things to consider, and you may want to reach out and use a Dreamedia preferred installer for this type of installation, because etching out your sheetrock and avoiding hitting electrical lines, plumbing lines, gas lines.
There's a lot of stuff back there.
Could potentially be hazardous, and our installers are used to working around those things daily, and then they can bolt this sucker into the studs. Along with when we do these frame TV installations, we like to put in these in-wall enclosures anyway, so we're already cutting holes, big holes in your wall, because we need a place to put your One Connect box and Roku, Apple TV.
Absolutely.
So we can put all of that. In addition to, we sell these little mini amplifiers that are super compact. Audio Control came out with this 5.1 amplifier that is
it's a great company.
It's like this big and this thick, and that would be perfect to put inside of that enclosure behind your Samsung frame TV. This is really for a custom, well thought out system that is clean. If you're not a licensed electrician, I've made a lot of videos. I will drop it right up here. I just made one with the new Hisense 100-inch TV where we did the in-wall enclosure, and I show you step by step how to install the power outlet and tap off one down below. But again, if you're not comfortable with that, I highly advise you reach out and hire an electrician or a Dreamedia preferred installer to make sure that it's done up to city code and everything's safe. The frame, the Fusion frame is what we're checking out today, and it's a great product, but I just wanted to point out other variants. So the Fusion Flat, right under 2 inches in depth, delivers stunning aesthetics with a performance-based audio solution. So it's essentially the same thing, you just don't have to etch out the sheetrock, which can be pretty intimidating. Now this one here is going to be pretty popular, the Fusion Reference Soundbar. So this is their flagship 3-channel on-wall soundbar speaker that is intended for 75-inch TVs and larger.
That's outstanding.
This you can actually have, like I was discussing earlier, a dedicated left, a dedicated right, and center speaker. So wiring is key here, guys, and I recommend running 3 Category 6 cables, as well as Cat 6A shielded wire to make sure that you can transmit video from, say, your rack back to your TV. And then in addition to that, 3 individual speaker wires and at least 16-2 oxygen-free shielded wire. I like putting in 14 or even 12-2 if you're getting into more serious systems. Again, we can send you the full bulk wire, like a reel, and you can just have the guys pull it all to the appropriate locations according to our design that we create for you. So that's the Fusion Reference Soundbar. Let's talk about the Fusion Soundbar. So they have another option, which is just an on-wall. This one delivers high-end acoustic performance at any amplification power level using a high-grade 3.3-inch or 4.5-inch driver. And then the next level up is their Fusion Reference Lux. So they have the line of LCR and stereo soundbars that spares no expense in creating a one-of-a-kind listening experience. So I'd be interested to get another variant from Next Level Acoustics, this variant, in for review. They're using C's Excel woofers and Eaton ceramic 1-inch tweeters.
I would assume that the ceramic material is intended to be very rigid, kind of like a beryllium tweeter, so that as these play, it creates a distortion-free sound, right? So the more rigid the diaphragm is, you get less ripple in the diaphragm as it moves and vibrates to create the sound. So a ceramic tweeter would be very rigid and have very low distortion. So that's my assumption in the technology. One thing I want to point out, as you move into the larger televisions, all the way up to 115 inch today in a single panel, which is mind-boggling. The space or width of that soundbar gets to the point where a dedicated LCR makes a lot of sense, and it really brings that environment to the next level. Stereo sound is great, but as we all know, all of the mixes for movies and television now have that dedicated center channel. And when you have that dedicated center channel, it allows the experience, no matter where you are in the room, to maintain that center image, right? So if you're using stereo to emulate a center, as you move around, that'll move around a little bit too, and your experience gets worse as you move to the side. So you'll have one person in the sweet spot in front of the television and it'll sound great. However, the folks that are on the left and right, not so good. When you do go LCR, that center is always in the middle for everyone that's watching. So the bigger TVs with the more real estate for the speakers underneath allows you to have that better audio experience.
Really, your lifestyle is typically how we start out the conversation, guys. What are you gonna be using the soundbar for?
Absolutely.
Music listening? Are you gonna be watching movies, Netflix, podcasts? Like, what are you using the space for? And then we can help kind of dial in what's appropriate for your space. Another thing that I want to point out is this company isn't just soundbars. I'm really thrilled to see products that complement the soundbar for full-blown surround sound systems. Whenever you're building a system, it's always nice to use the same drivers, the same tweeters throughout the entire system so you get that same tonal balance.
As you build a multi-channel system out, you're going to have sounds that move across your field of depth, right? So it'll move from left to right, it'll transit over the center, it might go up into Atmos and come back down. And what happens is, as that sound moves, you as the listener want it to be a consistent tone, a consistent timbre. If you have speakers from different manufacturers, as that sound moves from left to center to right, if the center is different, that will sound different to you, and it pulls you out of the immersiveness of that experience, right? So much as you can, you want particularly your LCR to be perfectly matched so that as sounds pan across your screen, it sounds the same to you and it doesn't impact your experience.
So let's keep talking about their lineup. They have Fusion angled satellite speakers for Dolby Atmos or DTSX, RO3D, height channels, really adding that level of immersion from ground level effects and height level effects. So you'll hear like a helicopter up here, but at the same time in a scene, you'll hear a car screech around the corner.
That's right.
Making it feel like you're really in the movie. And then they have bookshelf speakers. So they have the Fusion Reference bookshelf, and then they have the Fusion 5.5 bookshelf, in addition to the Fusion LRCC. So I actually showed this off with another manufacturer. There's not very many manufacturers that make this product. And for custom integration, it's wonderful to see.
It looks really nice in implementation.
Yeah, so the top section represents the LR mains, while the bottom section acts as half of a center channel. Instead of having a dedicated left, right, and center, you have two, a left and a right, but there's two full speakers in each of those left and rights. And what you do is you use your bottom terminals, one of the speakers, to create a phantom center speaker. So you still have a left and a right and a phantom center that's created, but you don't have to compromise that height, or potentially a lot of the time it just comes down to, that's where I put my stockings.
XYZ, yeah.
That's where I want my kids' pictures. That's where I want some decorations. So a lot of the time it's that element of like, I don't want to, I want to put other things on the mantle. So this is a problem-solving product. I really like it. Next, they have their Fusion LCR-M, which is a modular system consisting of individual left, center, and right channel modules, offering an upgraded alternative to our all-in-one Fusion LCR soundbar. I mean, there's really unlimited options here, guys. You could put all of your front, left, right centers right in one bar at the bottom of the TV. You can do just sound bars left and right and create that phantom, or you can do dedicated left, right, and center, which we actually did in our man cave makeover. We gave away a home theater to a lucky family here in Colorado, and you could see that. We'll drop the video right up here to show how we were able to utilize dedicated left, right, and centers to kind of frame out our ultra short throw projector screen. And the last but not least, they have their Fusion Cinema Trio. So this is also a modular system consisting of individual left, right, and center channel modules, and it's an upgrade to the Fusion all-in-one soundbar. So the Fusion line is pretty large. And
it's a significant line, and the great part is that it allows you to select the pieces that you want to meet your listening needs, but also those visual needs, right? And we all understand that a television on your wall, particularly when you're dealing with things like the frame, because the whole concept of the frame is for it to be beautiful when you're not watching television, well, that extends out to your speakers as well. And you want that to create an aesthetic in your room that's pleasing holistically. And this can do that for you.
One of the things that kind of caught my eye when it first came out of the box was the really more premium feel, the fiber look of that grill.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have custom options to meet the aesthetic in your home. I love that. So you can really blend it in with the wall or kind of make it pop out at you, depending on you know what you're going for design wise.
Yeah, even beyond the fabric, the frame itself, it can be in your custom color, right?
Oh.
So if you want that to be in white because it's going to match your white frame, or you want it in black or gray, and my understanding is that they'll also do this in custom colors if you reach out through your custom integrator to do a special order with them.
They also have different wood veneer options to choose from: oak, maple, cherry veneers, as well as custom stains and lacquers. So guys, this is kind of a wrap on the Fusion series, but we're going to be unboxing their in-wall subwoofer as well and doing a review and giving our thoughts on it.
We took a listen. Sounds great. I would love to even try a full LCR system so that we could hear what that is with just those speakers, because we did put this into a multi-channel environment, and I had a center channel running, so you get a little coloration from that because it's not the same brand. So what we heard sounded great. I'd like to hear more so that we can have even more informed opinion about this, but I'm really excited.
All right, Dreamedia family, that is a wrap on our Fusion series soundbar from Next Level Acoustics. If you guys are interested in learning more about this, or you want to build your very own dream home theater, whether it's a living room, family room, flex space, or ball pit room like my theater where my kid likes to just go up there and play, or it's a crazy dedicated home cinema, literally we do it all, guys. From ultra high end to very affordable, we have the solutions here at Dreamedia. That's what it's about here, is we really like to get hands-on and hand curate packages specific to your needs and budget. We're nationwide with preferred installers in 28 different states to help you get it put in. In addition to that, I'd also like to point out that we've made a lot of DIY videos for you guys, giving you inspiration as to how to do it yourself. So be sure to check out our DIY section in our playlist. In addition to, in the future, I'd like to actually show you how to install some of these Fusion series soundbars. I think there's some really complex yet simple things that I could address and show how it's done in a video. So hopefully in the future we'll have that coming up. Now stay tuned for our next video on the Next Level Acoustics in-wall subwoofers. We're going to be partnering again with Giles McCoy. Now, if you guys aren't subscribed to Giles' channel, head over there and show him some love. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. He's going to be coming out with tons of content for you guys. Really cool guy. I definitely advise you check him out. Well, that's all I got for you. If you guys like this video, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button down below for more. Till next time, this is Zach with Dreamedia Home Theater. Thank you for watching.